Good morning, one and all. It's my pleasure to welcome everyone to this wonderful workshop on behalf of DG Vaishnav College, PG, and Research Department of Mathematics. எண்ணென்ப ஏனை எழுத்தென்ப இவ்விரண்டும் கண்ணென்ப வாழும் உயிர்க்கு. Numbers and letters are like two eyes for human being. Mathematics is a great motivator for all humans because its career start with zero and it never end like infinity. Light remove darkness like knowledge removes ignorance. Now we begin this workshop by invoking the infinity with the prayer Tamil Thai Valthu and college prayer.
நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்து எழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமீரே எக்கணமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் மிகுந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
सत्यव्रतं सत्यपरं त्रिसत्यं सत्यस्य योनिं निहितं च सत्ये सत्यस्य सत्यं ऋतसत्यनेत्रं सत्यात्मकं त्वां शरणं प्रपन्नाः वाणी गुणानुकथने श्रवणो कथायां हस्तौ च कर्मसु मनस्तव पादयोर्नः स्मृत्यां शिरस्तव निवास जगत्प्रणामे दृष्टिः सतां दर्शनेस्तु भवत्तनूनां नमो भगवते तस्मै कृष्णायाद्भुतकर्मणे रूपनामविभेदेन जगत्क्रीडति यो यतः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Feedback form will be posted at end of the session in chat box. We issue the certificate for those who fill up and submit the feedback form all 3 days. The feedback forms today's link will be there up to 2 p.m. today. I request all the participants to fill up the same details of your name, email address, phone number for all 3 days. We request you to attend all 3 days workshop. Post your queries in chat box. Government and industry often advertise mathematics with its importance and usefulness. And rightly, so many of the most innovative job areas require a significant amount of mathematics, from engineering to software development, science, and finance. But in addition to its practical applications, studying mathematics teaches many important skills from reasoning and logical thinking to writing precise and clear arguments. We hope this workshop will help to achieve this objective. To explain this more clear and deliver welcome address, I welcome Professor R. Venkatramanan, Head PG and Research Department of Mathematics, DG Vaishnav College.
Good morning to all. Hope this morning will be a lively learning morning. With warmth and pleasure, I invite our resource person, Dr. S. Sivasubramanian, Head Department of Mathematics, Anna University, Dindivanam campus. I welcome every participant on this live stream with full of joy. I welcome the professors, the research scholars, students, and the participants from different domains and different disciplines such as physics, chemistry, bioinformatics, zoology, education, engineering, computer science, and the humanities, and from various states. I thank and very grateful to our management, the secretary, Mr. Ashok Kumar Mundra, the principal, Dr. R. Ganesan, and the inspirational unique faculties of PG and Research Department of Mathematics, DG Vaishnav College, for the success of this webinar series 1. Dr. S. Sivasubramaniam is going to conduct the workshop on the topic L square, learning latex. A way of intensive learning method in a short span of time. My goal as an educator, it gives congenial atmosphere for learning skills in a cross-sectional manner. We now accept the fact that learning is a lifelong continuous process of keeping abreast of change, and the most pressing task is to teach people how to learn. We can learn from dawn to dusk, we can learn from dusk to dawn, we can learn from origin to infinity, we can learn from first breath to last breath. A day contains 1440 minutes. If we are ready to learn, we will learn for all the 1440 minutes. Learning is like the ocean. It can be calm or cyclonic. It can be rough or rigid, but in the end, always it is fruitful. The dictionary meaning of latex is rubber. Actually, I think the word latex must be pronounced as latex or latex, not as in the rubber. Latex is a powerful typesetting system used for producing scientific and mathematical documents of high typographic quality, unlike WYSIWYG, FrameMaker, and Word. It uses plain text files that contain formatting commands. LaTeX is a big open source, stable, and used by many technical publishing companies. It is also relatively unknown in the technical writing community. LaTeX is widely used in the technical publishing industry for academic journals by mathematicians, physicists, and others who have complex notational requirements, such as elsewhere IEEE and the Royal Society. And also they provide author guideline for people who use LaTeX. LaTeX is designed as a page layout language, but HTML is a functional markup. LaTeX produces device independent files from which you can generate PDF and PostScript files, and we can create a PDF files directly. I heard something about Latex, which are Latex or some conception, Latex and HTML or some conceptual similarities to mark up a language such as HTML. Latex is very fuzzy. A trivial mistake may mean that no output is generated and many error messages are displayed. I hope our resource person will, Dr. S. Sivasubramanian, will clarify these two aspects. Every test in life makes us bitter or better. Every problem comes us to breathe us or break us. Choice is ours to become victims or victorious. Finally, I would like to quote, learn to love virtue. That is nothing. This is Atichudi, the first line, Aram Saya Virumbu from Avaya. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mathematics is a pure language, the languages of science. It is unique among languages in its ability to provide precise expressions for every thought or concept that can be formulated in its terms. To acquire these qualities, we need good skill and practice. To get good training and practice, we need good trainer. Today, we got a very good resource person. I am very happy to invite Professor M. Devika, PG and Research Department of Mathematics, DG Vaishnav College, to introduce our resource person.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome the challenges. Look for the opportunities in every situation to learn and grow in wisdom. Today, we have such a great person amongst us. I deem it my esteemed privilege to be introducing the resource person, Dr. S. Sivasubramanian, Professor of Mathematics, Head of the Department, Sciences and Humanities, Anna University, University College of Engineering, Dindivanam. An eminent academician, an able administrator of great caliber, has many laurels to his credit. I welcome you, sir, for a 3 days national level workshop on L-square learning Latex. Having been graduated from Goverdhan College, Chennai in the year 1997, he completed his post-graduation in 1999 and MPhil in the year 2001 from Madras Christian College, Chennai, and has been a topper throughout his student days. He has been awarded his PhD from Anna University in the year 2006. Dr. S. Sivasubramanian has over 2 decades of teaching experience. He embarked upon academic career as a lecturer in Sri Sastha Institute of Engineering and Technology, Chennai, and continued as an assistant professor in SRM Easwari Engineering College, Chennai. He joined as an assistant professor in the year 2008 and continued as an associate professor and is currently serving as a professor of mathematics and head of the department, Sciences and Humanities, Anna University, University College of Engineering, Dindivanam. 5 PhD scholars have completed their doctorate degrees under his able guidance and is currently guiding 3 PhD scholars. He has vast research experience and has completed funded projects for reputed agencies. His publications include 88 international journals and 3 national journals. 12 papers were published in international conferences and 9 in national conferences. Some of the recent publications were Geometric Properties of Bessel Functions for the classes of Janowski, Starlike and Convex Functions, Journal of Computational Analysis and Applications in the year 2018. A coefficient inequality of M through transformation associated with Besselic functions, Far East Journal of Mathematical Sciences. new subclass of analytic functions in conic domains associated with Q-Salagian differential operator involving complex order. Journal of Computational Analysis and Applications. Differentiate subordination for analytic functions associated with leaf-like domains. Journal of Computational Analysis and Applications in the year 2018. On a closely related class involving spiral-like functions with respect to a boundary point to appear in Mediterranean Journal of Mathematics 2020. His list of funded projects include the completed projects are Studies on Bi-Univalent Functions 2013 to 14 funded by Anna University, Differentiate Subordination Problems in Univalent Functions for Domains bounded by conic sections during the year 2013 to 2017 funded by DST SERB. Ongoing project is certain aspects of univalent functions star-like with respect to a boundary point during the year 2018 to 2021 funded by DST SERB. Waiting for the release of grant for the project, certain aspects of univalent functions with the theory of Q calculus funded by UGC. He is a globetrotter who has visited various countries for different academic assignments. Dr. S. Sivasubramaniam has received innumerable prestigious recognitions and awards. He received Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology, Chennai, has awarded travel grant for presenting an article at Istanbul University, Turkey. He has been awarded travel grant for presenting an article at University of Sibiu, Romania in the year 2009 by DST Government of India. Also, he has been awarded Content Expert for Higher Secondary +1 Mathematics textbook during the year 2017 by Government of Tamil Nadu. His list of achievements continues with International Conference on Geometric Function Theory and Applications in the year 2007 in Turkey, International Conference on Geometric Function Theory and Applications in the year 2009 in the country Romania, visiting scientist for 1 week in the year 2009 in the country Malaysia. Administrative positions held by him includes he has been NSS Program Officer during the year 2008 and has contributed to National Service Scheme related activities. Also, Assistant Controller of Examinations, Anna University of Technology during the year 2010 and contributed to some confidential activities related to examinations. He is an academician par excellence and also a great administrator. It is indeed a great privilege for having you with us for this national level workshop. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation. Dear participants, a quote, "Without your involvement, you cannot succeed. With your involvement, you cannot fail." By APJ Abdul Kalam, former President of India. Now I hand over the session to our resource person, Dr. S. Sivasubramanian. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Sir, you're audible, sir. We can hear you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank the management of DG Vaishnav College, the secretary and the principal for giving me an opportunity to deliver this workshop on Latex for 3 days. I also thank Professor Venkatramanan, Head of the Department of DG Vaishnav College, PG and Research Department of Mathematics, and the other department colleagues, Professor Devika, Professor Purnima, then Professor Usha, Professor Somasundara, for organizing this program from their side. And a special thank should go to Professor Sivaraman, who approached me in the month of sometime in June that he wanted to deliver a talk for his society, which is run by Professor Sivaraman, the Pi Mathematics Association, so which is very famous in Tamil Nadu and all over the country for his service to the society. When he approached me, I suggested why not we go to Latex, because it's a powerful tool, and being he wanted to deliver the talk for the first year MSc students who have completed their course and they will be going to the final year. I told him that they will be very sharp so that once they learn Latex, it will be useful for them throughout their career. Then he agreed. But later on, he said he is getting a Google Meet membership so that we can accommodate more students for the Latex program, because I feel that Latex is very useful for the students and everyone wants to learn Latex. Then he approached me later and saying that we want to organize this program in a bigger way so that many students, at least 500 to 600 faculty members, all can participate in the workshop. And how many days you want? I said maybe 2 to 3 days should be okay. Then he agreed and sent this invitation. So I thank Professor Sivaraman for inviting me as a starting point. And I welcome all the faculty members of different institutions, then the research scholars and students who have registered for this program. Then why I preferred Latex? There is a question, because Professor Head of the Department Venkatramanan was explaining about Latex. Then why we preferred Latex? No, Latex is available in Chennai from maybe in the early 1990s. But I'm surprised that still there are many faculty members preferring Word ahead of Latex. And nowadays, in recent times, I understand that almost all journals, whether it is engineering journals or science journals, they prefer Latex. Whether it's IEEE, elsewhere. So once you want to do research, you want to submit articles, learning Latex is a must. Now the question comes, why I can't give typing to an expert, technical expert, who can type Latex for me? Why should I learn Latex? So the answer is like this. In the earlier 1990s, maybe in 2000, 2005, 2006, 2010, till 2010, the number of research scholars who are doing research was very less. And the number of technical persons were few in number. And those technical experts could type articles in Latex for the research scholars and for the faculty members. So nowadays, the number of research scholars is going day by day in an exponential fashion. Who are doing research is huge. And the number of technical persons who type Latex is almost the same as early in 1990s and 2000. In Chennai, if I am correct, there are only 4 to 5 experts who type Latex with expertism. So that is the reason I preferred Latex. I'm sure that at the end of this workshop, if everyone takes this Latex in a serious way, you can type an article in Latex at the end of this program. That I'm sure, because it's not difficult. Because as a faculty member or as a research scholar, we learn functional analysis, real analysis, then theory of computations. So there are many difficult topics, difficult than LaTeX. So if you compare those theorems, like maybe Horn-Banach theorem, the closed graph theorem, then the Chomsky normal form, Greibach normal form, theorems on graph theories, then Riemann mapping theorem. If you compare those theorems with LaTeX, and if you can learn those theorems, and you can reproduce, you can teach for the students, you can write it in the examination, I'm sure that LaTeX you can learn in 2 days. So 3 days you can learn with expertism. You can learn LaTeX with expertism. And there is one more small incident which I want to share. Even I shared in another workshop. In another workshop, I shared the same information. There was one candidate of one of these 6 candidates who completed guidance under my guidance. One of those scholars, she worked very sincerely, and there was a work on Bessel function, so which Professor Devika pointed out in her introduction about me. That Bessel function, we could identify an area of Bessel function where the results were extraordinary results. She could produce extraordinary results with the topic of Bessel function, and she was having a handwritten copy. Then he showed it me. I think it's all right. Then you can type it LaTeX, and then we'll submit it to journal because it seems to be a good article. But for 1 year, she could not find a person who typed LaTeX for her. In the meantime, what happened was there was one more person from Turkey who had the same idea, and he published those 3 articles in very good journals, which comes under the SCI ranked journals, the impact making journals, the ISI journals. And he published in 3 papers. And our university condition now says that if you can publish 1 SCI journal, it is equivalent to getting a PhD degree. So that means he published 3 papers in 3 SCI journals. So those works are almost equivalent to the works of 3 PhDs. So such an elegant work was wasted by the scholar because she doesn't know LaTeX. Then later on we modified the article and we were able to publish in a good journal. But those articles which was supposed to be her contribution, so it went to one more person's contribution. So this is the actual motivation. And one more is that a person who is typing LaTeX, he is ill now. During the lockdown period, I approached him for a different purpose. He said, I am not well and he could not type LaTeX. So now there is a need for learning LaTeX. Now one more reason is that now we are taking the online classes. And if you know LaTeX, I'm sure that you can conduct your online classes very efficiently, in the sense that your presentations will be very efficient. If you use LaTeX, your presentations will be exemplary, it will be excellent, and definitely students will be able to appreciate if you put your presentation in LaTeX. In fact, my presentation, so which is being shared in the screen, is prepared in LaTeX, so which I will be teaching you in the workshop. Now we'll go to the concept. So I have broken this part into, there are 3 days. So today, so I'll be explaining what is LaTeX, so how to start with the LaTeX, how to type the text. So that should end up the days, because how to align the, how to frame chapters, sections, those things I will be telling you. And the second day, it is on mathematics, how to type mathematics symbols, equations, then how to label those equations, then how to write theorems, corollaries, those will be pointed out in the second day, that is tomorrow. And the final day, how to insert graphs, then floats, mini pages, then references, how to customize, how to page setup that is, if you don't want some number in some pages, how to start from the second page, how to omit the first page, those things will be shared in the last day of the workshop. Now, what is the aim of this workshop? Everyone types dissertation, but the aim of this workshop is professional looking dissertation. That means it's already programmed, and once you learn how to give the input, automatically you will get the dissertation in a professional way. How to type a journal article or a conference article, as Professor Venkatramanan pointed out, many of the publishing companies, they are using only latex now. In fact, the books which has been produced even in Chennai, the publishing companies preferred for all subjects. Now they prefer latex. They don't prefer Word now. And professional looking presentation. So normally we use the PowerPoint presentation for our lectures. This presentation will be slightly different from the PowerPoint, and it will be a professional looking presentation. Now, why you need latex? What is the need for any invention? To make our work more easier and simpler. And many times what happens is that we want something to be on some look. That is our imagination. So we go to the complex plane. We imagine something, and because we could not know the techniques, or there are not relevant techniques which you can use, sometimes we compromise to our imagination and then submit the article or submit your thesis with a satisfied way rather than the imaginary way. You may have imagined some other thing, but still, because you cannot do something, you would have submitted your thesis or article. Now the man began tech. Even though this workshop is conducted by the Department of Mathematics, the person who invented this tech is not a mathematics person. He is a person from computer science from the United States of America. In 1970, he was Donald Knuth. He invented this high quality digital typesetting. Please just see the word which he has given. It's a typesetting. It's not typing. It's typesetting. Called as tech. Called as tech. And he points out that it is intended for the creation of beautiful books. He has not specified any topic, so that means you can use latex for all subjects, especially for the books that contains a lot of mathematics, because we face difficulty in typing the symbols and equations. And he's Professor Donald Knuth, and he's still alive. He's 82 years old. And apart from the academic side, I don't know, because he is a very good musician. He knows to play all instruments. He's a music director also. Actually, after knowing about Professor Knuth, because he is a musician, I wonder, because music has many connection with mathematics. In fact, the last field medalist came to Chennai, and he delivered a lecture in the Music Academy. And he said mathematics is related to music. In fact, he's delivered a lecture only on music and mathematics. And you have to identify that person at the end of the workshop. If you cannot identify, I will tell you who is that mathematician. He is a person from Canada, Indian settled in Canada. And he says there is more relation between music and mathematics. I don't know. the knowledge on music may have contributed something in the invention of latex. I strongly believe that. There is a myth about latex. I'll tell you what is latex at the end of this slide. Because I said tech is introduced by Professor Nuth. There is a myth that latex is only for mathematicians. I think it's not true. Tech is very popular in academia, especially in mathematics, that's it. But even computer science, surprisingly, economics, engineering, linguistics, physics, statistics, the quantitative psychology, all these people use latex. So in Western countries, all these department people use only latex for typesetting their articles. And this tech was designed with two main aims. That is to allow persons to produce high quality books. I will tell you what are the disadvantages with some other softwares. With minimal effort, how to produce high quality books and how to provide a system that would give exactly the same results on all computers at any time. Let us go into the detail for this particular thing. Provide a system that gives exactly the same results on all computers. You know, we have been using Microsoft Word for typing symbols and equations. You type the question paper in your house, copy in the pen drive. Maybe earlier it was the floppy drive, or you send the mail. Your system may be Microsoft Word 2007. You may be using 2007 version. The college may be having 2003 or 2013. Open the document. The words will be there. The equations, either it would have been corrupted, or if you want to edit the equation, you will not be able to open the equations because the compatibility may not be same. But in LaTeX, you can use this input file anywhere because it will contain only English. The input file will contain only English. So no equations will be there. Therefore, so this gives a system. Whatever you type in your house can be displayed in any other system at any point of time. There is one big advantage of LaTeX. I will tell you what is LaTeX and what is tech. You know, tech is basically a coding theory. It's a coding theory. And once you go for coding theory in depth, you need good skills to understand those coding theories. Then again, he felt that it was the same person. He felt that there could be some other software, maybe a compressed version of tech. Like I can say a compressed version of tech, where people can understand tech in a better way. That is the reason LaTeX was introduced. So LaTeX, I can say it's a compressed version of tech. So it undergoes all things into picture. So rather than learning LaTeX tech, you can learn LaTeX. Or in mathematical way, I can say LaTeX is a subset of tech. LaTeX is a subset of tech. So if you take the set of all letters in or set of all codes in the set of all tech and set of all codes in LaTeX, if you understand, take two sets, I can say that LaTeX is a subset of tech. So is it proper subset or improper subset? That depends on the file, so which you can view. And you know, the Microsoft Word is not a freely available software. You may have it in your house. It may be a pirated version. But tech is a free software, so which is available and it is accessible for all users. And Professor Venkatramanan pointed out how to pronounce LaTeX. So LaTeX, so I understand LaTeX as you lay text. So that is called LaTeX. You lay your text. That's the reason it's called LaTeX. So it is pronounced as LaTeX or LaTeX. It's a document preparation system. Please, you have to be very watchful that it says it's a document preparation system. You prepare the document, you will get the output for high quality typesetting. And he pointed out this in his lecture, and many of the scientific documents, all publishing companies, medium to large technical publishing companies, they use only LaTeX now. So it's a document preparation system, high quality typesetting system. It includes all features, whether you want a diagram or sections, whatever format you want, you can design first. You design whatever you form you want. You directly go to your typings. Do not worry about the output, because once you design, it will automatically give you a good output. And it's an international standard. De facto standard is a high quality standard, which that international people, you can say this LaTeX is of an international standard. Let me take an example. Now suppose I want to have a collaboration for writing an article with a person in US or Korea. If I just type it in Word or in any software, if I submit to them, I don't think they will have a good impression, because the standard of writing an article now is only LaTeX. And as I told you earlier, if you type in a LaTeX article, it is easily compatible with all systems. Any changes, the international contributor will do it easily. They will appreciate and they will submit it to good journals. So this is a de facto standard, and everyone has to learn LaTeX if you want to do research. Now let us compare Word with LaTeX. Let us compare Word and LaTeX. And this LaTeX has various advantages over our word processor. What are the advantages? Word is easily prone to virus attack. You can see, check for virus attacks. Word files will be there, whereas LaTeX files will not be there. Word is very expensive for purchase. You may get a pirated version, but pirated version, strictly speaking, should not be used. If you want to have Word in your original version, it is very expensive for purchase, whereas LaTeX is freely available software. And size is a very important point. Now LaTeX file, it occupies a very less space, almost 20-30 times smaller than a Word file. If you type an article, for example, for 25 pages, you type an article with many symbols, many equations, you can see the LaTeX would not have taken more than 25 kbs or 20 kbs. For one page, it takes only 1 kb almost. Whereas you take a Word with many equations, it will take time to open the document first of all. It will take time to open the article because it contains many equations. You can check it in your system. And compatibility, I told you the typing of the question paper, that issue is always there in Word, whereas in LaTeX, there is no issues because you are giving only a coding. In Word, what you see is what you get. Because every time you say, hey, it is not aligned, it is not aligned, you concentrate more on the looking appearance of the article. But in LaTeX, you will not see the actual output. You will be writing only coding, and LaTeX will take care how to do it, what is the format you want, what is the format used throughout the country, that automatically aligns. In Word, what you see is what you get. Sometimes that puts you in a hot seat, because you may feel that it is not aligned properly, that our table is not in the center, so I have to adjust the files. So what happens is that you may be spending more time concentrating on the appearance rather than on the concept, on the content. In this way, you can see that LaTeX has many advantages, because you concentrate on the document. What is your work? My work is to write a good article. So write the article. You concentrate on your topics. It is my duty that it give you a good output. That is the work of LaTeX, the advantage of LaTeX. And I have to tell you that if you are concentrating on the typesetting of a LaTeX in future, that means you have not learned LaTeX in a professional way, because you know what is expected out of you. If you know how to use LaTeX, you know which file you have to use. Just to put that file to start typing. LaTeX will automatically give you a beautiful output. And finally, in LaTeX, we give everything as commands. So it may look like a coding theory. Now, how to frame a document structure? So first of all, I'll be explaining about the LaTeX. Then I'll be telling you how to form the documents. In the end of the session, the 50% of the session will be for how to frame small documents. As a first step, we start with the typing document structure with the tags. So you know what you have to decide. What is my title? So whether it is an article, or am I preparing a letter, or am I preparing a PhD thesis, or am I writing a book, or am I preparing a slide? Is it presentation? First of all, you decide what is the title of the document, like article, thesis, journal article, size of the document, whether I want it in 11 point or 12 point, what font size I want, what is the style I want, whether it's a landscape or portable, portrait version. So all those things you can decide at the starting of forming your document. What is my paper setup? Because the book style is not same as article style. The book will be smaller. Nowadays, it has gone to maybe a 3/4 of the article. The earlier book was smaller now. Now you get a longer version of the textbook. Now article size is bigger, so it is A4. Now for books, it may be B5, it may be B4, and you may having a style where that you have 2 pages in a landscape version of a A4 sheet. Such things you can decide, and whether you want a one-sided sheet or two-sided sheet. Now normally you see in textbook the page numbers will not be displayed on the right hand side. If for first page on the right side, it will be on the right side on the top of the right corner. On the left side of the book, you can see the page number on the left top of the page. Those things you can decide. Once you frame those designs, it automatically aligns. And the page setup, you can align the margins. And if you are writing textbooks, it will contain chapters. And if you are writing articles, it will contain sections. And what is the line spacing you want? See, this line spacing is a problem in Word and in other software, because if you want a bigger space between the end of the paragraph and starting of the paragraph, you have to give commands for each of those paragraphs. But in LaTeX, you make your style so that it comes automatically. This line spacing will be taken care by the LaTeX, and the header, footer, all those things, heading, subheading, all those things will be taken in the structure itself. And these things are called preamble. The commands which you give in the LaTeX files before your documents are called as preamble. So once you form the preamble, no need to worry, the documents will be given to you. To produce this most typesetting are the word processing systems. This is not in LaTeX. This is the other processing system. Then what layout you have to use, you have to fix where is a portrait. And for title, you will be giving 18 point. Then for 12 point for italics for some phrases and so on. But in LaTeX, what happens is that once you take an article and you say title, it automatically gives you a bigger version. You can see the font is different. That you need not set up. It is already setted. A professional setup is already done for you in LaTeX. So need not worry about the header. The heading, then the author name, all those things will be set automatically for you. And this concentration on the layout, most of the times, what happens is that out of 100 articles, 10 to 15 articles have been it has been formed in a badly formed document. The reason is that the author may not have concentrated on the contents because they are more towards layout. So it end up with a lot of badly designed documents. So what happens is that it's a headache for the research scholar and for the supervisor because the paper gets rejected. So first of all, you have to make up your mind. If I want to submit any article, that has to be done in LaTeX. Now the question comes, I'm working on graph theory. So graph theory contains many pictures. Is it possible that I can draw pictures? Yes. You need not draw pictures on LaTeX. There are techniques, but what you can do is you can use your known technique for pictures and put it in LaTeX with a code, so that automatically comes to LaTeX. I will tell you how to insert picture on the third day probably. Now let us see, for example, illustration. So a webinar or a workshop on L square, learning LaTeX. You can see this L is displayed differently. This L is different, this L is different. And I found this invitation, one important observation. You can compare with the LaTeX and the Word. And these two is along with this L square here. What I have typed L square is a single phrase. But in the invitation, I find that it is beautifully designed. But the designer has put these two. He has taken two from some other point and he has put, because you cannot do it in Word. This cannot be done in Word. But this I have taken directly. So that means LaTeX can also be used to produce the invitations, the banners. You can use LaTeX for even designing a banner. So like the college logo, you set the font, you set up, you give the output. So these things can also be done by LaTeX. Now almost the basic is completed. Now what are all the things you have to see in LaTeX? Now LaTeX has two parts. As I told you, Word is what you type is what you get. And in LaTeX, you type in some other different version and the output will be a different version. Now, therefore, there are two things happening. One is the input and there is output. The input is what we are doing. Output is being done by the compiler. And there are two parts. One is the compiler, another is the editor. There are two parts in LaTeX now. The most useful output format, I think the professor pointed out, the HOD pointed out in his talk that mostly the output path is the PDF file, the portable document format, or the PS file, or a DVI file. There are 3 files, but generally, because PDF is available in all systems, we use the output format in a PDF version, portable document format. Now getting into LaTeX. So we are going deep into the LaTeX. All the mathematics symbols are available in TeX. Because you may find that in the Word, there are some symbols which may not be available or which may not be in your taste. Those all symbols are available in LaTeX, whether it's the Greek letters, alpha, beta, gamma, the unary operators, the union, relation operators, greater than, less than, binary operators, the negated binary relations, set notations, geometry, delimiters, and arrows. In discrete mathematics, you'll be using a lot of arrows. So therefore, you need many arrows, smaller arrows, longer arrows, then if and only if symbols. All these symbols are available in LaTeX. Because this LaTeX is formed especially for writing these articles. So naturally, all these things, you will find it in LaTeX. The trigonometric functions, then the maximum function, minimum function, all those things can be done. The matrices. I still remember in the olden days in 2005 and 6, for typing a matrix like this, we may have to struggle, because what you do is you go to the Word, there will be a bracket somewhere in the picture symbol. So we used to take it from the Word, put it in the left, then write 1, give some spaces, then like 0, then give some space 0. Then again take this bracket somewhere to bring it to this picture and see how the matrix look. Now you can see the structure of this matrix, this beautifully designed matrix, because you have got quotes. You write the quotes, it automatically comes. Determinant, the matrices, whether you want this type of bracket or this type of bracket, then all the braces, no problem. So you can all get it in LaTeX. And most importantly, you know that in mathematics we use a lot of number system. These number systems, you cannot bring it in Word. See, this is the set of all natural numbers, whole numbers, real numbers, then set of all integers, the complex numbers C. All these can be done in LaTeX. In fact, sometimes you want to give a distinction between an A and a different type of A, because you may not have symbols in writing a thesis. You may want to give it in a symbol like this. See, there is a difference between our normal A and this A. There is a difference between this normal F and this F. This is a family F. This is family A, family N, family W. Remember, this natural number set N was different. That N was different. And this N is different. And this W is different, that W is different. And I can type symbols like alpha, beta, gamma, theta, whatever symbols you want, you can do it in LaTeX. I have inserted pictures. You can insert pictures, graphs, programs. Suppose you want to write a C program. Write a C program. Either you can type it directly, or you can paste whatever you have already, or you can scan the picture, keep it as a JPG file. That JPG file can be brought out in the LaTeX. And if you want to give you a numbering, that also you can give. See, these are all pictures. That picture is not drawn in LaTeX directly. I had the picture in the picture format, JPG format. Then I'm just pasting it in LaTeX by commands. See, there's a theorem, Chebyshev inequality, very famous in the theory of probability. You can see how the P of mod x bar minus mu greater than or equal to k sigma less than or equal to 1 by k square is aligned. It is aligned exactly in the center of the document. For Word, you have to spend a lot of time. for doing all these things. See this equation, then the theorem. I have not given the numbering for the theorem. I have written theorem, it automatically gives the number 1. So those things have been automatically done in LaTeX. The pop-ups and phantom, this is one of the important, interesting one in LaTeX. Suppose, assume that you have a 250 pages thesis. You are referring something. You are referring some references. It may be on the 158th page. And you may have referred a page number. There will be some icon somewhere. If you use a particular command, that gives you some number. You click the number, automatically it goes to that page. You need not search for either the reference or that particular page. You need not search. You may have referred an equation. If you want to go to that equation, you just click that button. It automatically goes to that particular page, particular equation, or particular references. This is a powerful tool which is available in LaTeX, but you have to give a particular command so that it comes automatically. And for using these pop-ups and the phantom, you need to understand LaTeX. You should know how to give labels and what is the package that gives you a particular different color, so that you can go to that page directly. So those things you have to learn. There is a reason I'm concentrating the first part of the first day on the basics of LaTeX. And you know this, when you want to write mathematical expressions, sometimes we want the mathematical expression on a running line along with English. That can be done. Inline mode along with the running text. Used to write a formula that are part of a text. Sometimes we want those expressions in a different line, that too in the center. That can be done. Third one, I want my expression in the center and I want an equation. Yes, possible. So whether it is a running text or a center without number or a center with number, all these things can be done in LaTeX. Very easily it can be done. If you want to give an equation number in Word, what you have to do is you have to put dot, 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 type the expression. So give dot, 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 and then give a number 1. But LaTeX automatically aligns you an equation that assumes a number for your equation. I have taken the Fibonacci sequence. Why I have taken Fibonacci sequence? You know, our present situation, we are staying at home because of COVID-19. And my supervisor, Professor Shanmugam, in one of his lecture for a mathematical modeling on this COVID, he pointed out that the COVID-19 is being spread a way like a Fibonacci sequence. He was pointing out it is more related to a pattern is like a Fibonacci sequence. And therefore, I thought why not we should take a Fibonacci sequence for explanation, because it's a current trend. So I have took a Fibonacci sequence. These are running text. I have taken F0 is 1, F1 is 1, Fn is Fn minus 1 plus Fn minus 2. Remember, all these things are same. These are running text. This is aligned in the center. The content is same. It is aligned in the center. I have broken into 3 parts. All these 3 parts are in the center. Again, the content is same. I have given number for all these 3. Content is same. There is a difference. Here the equality is not same. You may see why I am having the same slide. There is a difference which you have to identify. 1, 2, 3, the equality is not same, even though there are equations. And 4, 5, 6, the equalities are aligned. Equalities are aligned. So this is in a different format. This is in a different format, although the content is same. Same content, equality is same, but F0 has an equation number, Fn has an equation number, whereas F1 doesn't have any equation number because I have not given. See this array of equations. You have equality. This is an array of that is different. F0, we had a left hand side, F0, F1, F2. But here there is no left hand side. Only for the first equation, you have the left hand side. We have taken equal to, but there is no left hand side. Equality is same. Equality is aligned. And I have taken a bracket. For understanding, I have taken a bracket. Those things are possible. You see how elegance the appearance is. The elegance of appearance. Those things can be done in LaTeX, and you can learn LaTeX very easily. Typing fractions. Those things can be done. Typing brackets with the fractions. Because here there is no mathematical term. Here I have a mathematical term. Real part of R stands for real part. See how the R appears? It gives this is not the same R which I showed you. That R was different. Real number R was different. This R is different. This R is different. And these type of equations with the one brackets will be very useful, particularly for a kind of equations in Fourier series, where you break the interval, give two functions, x and L minus x. Such things have been done in LaTeX. You can do those things in LaTeX with having one brackets on the equation. There is a less than or equal to. You can see again the far, they are aligned. They are aligned in the same line space. The k is again same. The less than, greater than or equal to same. This expression is different, but I have aligned this for k less than 17/3, for k greater than or equal to 17/3. For learning these commands, you need expertism. You have to write a paper, an article in LaTeX. Sit out for a week. You can sit in your house for a week, which you are doing it now. You can become an expert in 1 week time. And subscript and superscript. A2 square, integral 0 to t, integral 0 to t. This 0 to t is different. The 0 is somewhere in the right hand side of the integral. But this 0 is exactly in the lower limit, how we write generally. And this t is the upper limit, 0 is the lower limit. If I want this format, you can take it. If you say I don't want this format, you can take it. Typing summation, h of z is z plus summation n is equal to 2 to infinity a n z power n. So sigma symbol, then exactly on the bottom you have n is equal to 2, exactly on the top you have infinity. So I have taken the definition of Laplace transform. It's an equation. L of f of t is integral 0 to infinity. See, this I have taken in a normal way. So 0 has appeared in the right hand side of the integral. 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. Derivative, then the Fourier series f of x is equal to. These are complex mathematical expressions because you have the fraction, you have the trigonometric function, you have the summation, you have the integral. For example, you can take, what you can do is you take your system, type this equation in Word, then compare it in PDF. Type the equation in LaTeX, compile in PDF. You take a printout, you compare the two, you can see why you need to use LaTeX. and labeling equations. Sometimes what happens is that as a research scholar, we may approaching our supervisor with our thesis, 200 pages. There may be 150 references. The supervisor may say that, no, you have missed this reference. That starts with the E, or that starts with the Z. Let us say, for example, P, center. What happens is that once you add your references in Word, the 150 will become 151. That is not a problem. But what about your references already cited? If that reference is the 23rd reference, after 23, all number changes. Your earlier 23 will become 24. The 24 will become 25. 25 will become 26 and so on. Those things can be handled easily in LaTeX. No problem whatsoever. Whether you want the reference anywhere, no problem. Similarly, the equations. Suppose you want to name another equation. There is no number initially. You want to give number for that equation, no problem. Then hyphenation. Removing hyphenation. In our university, there is Anna University, your PhD thesis should not contain any hyphens. Assume in Word now. Because if they find hyphenation, they have a committee for scrutinizing your thesis. The committee will go through your thesis, each page they will go through. If there is a hyphenation, they will return the thesis. Assume what you will do in LaTeX. Take your final version, go to page by page, see there are hyphenations. In LaTeX, you just give a command, no hyphenation. In none of the pages, you will have hyphens. Just give a command, I don't want hyphenation. You will get no hyphens in your entire thesis. Now, the first part is over. How to install LaTeX? How to install LaTeX? Now, already I have given a few things that how you should install LaTeX in your system. There are two things. I told you, one is compiler, another is editor. Do not worry about the compiler. We are using only editor. First, you have to install MikTeX. MikTeX is the compiler. It will contain a lot of packages. There are specific packages for pictures, symbols, tables, fonts, etc. You have many packages for equations, for line spacing, for specific fonts. Because this MikTeX contains a lot of packages, it takes time to install. The current version is 2.8 or 2.9. You can download. First, you download in the system and then run. It may take 40 minutes for downloading MikTeX. Sometimes it gets stopped because it's a freely available software. It is not your mistake. In your system, there may be some configurations missing that may not support the actual version. There are at least, there is a called CTAN. There is a mirror called CTAN. That CTAN will contain at least 100 servers. Out of the 100 servers, 20 to 30 servers will suit your system. 20 to 30, those mirrors will suit your system. If that particular mirror doesn't suit your system, that gets disconnected. Again, you have to go. It's self-explanatory. If one doesn't work out, you try another. After downloading it, install the system. For running LaTeX, you need MikTeX because MikTeX is the back-end work. Because nowadays you know that there is a front office, there is a back-end office. Front office, we are doing it in the input. The compiler is the one which compiles all the things, give you to the output. Without MikTeX, it will not run. You can try. I advise you to install Latex, the MikTeX and the WinEDT, so that parallelly when I do the demo, you can also do it. If not today, at least tomorrow. If there are any problems, you can call me so that I'll make sure that everyone installs MikTeX in their system. WinEDT. This WinEDT is the editor where we are giving the commands. It will be viewable for you. The output will be given by MikTeX. And the top of the WinEDT, you will have all the symbols, characters, and so on. If you ask me, is it the only WinEDT I have to install? No. There are equivalent packages of editor like TechWorks. I have TechWorks and Tech Studio, but I prefer WinEDT because you have all the symbols available on the top of your window in WinEDT. To start with, WinEDT will give you an easier way to learn LaTeX. And the commands, it's a surprise that these are all the commands which we generally doesn't use in Word. That is backslash. I'm not giving you a symbol because if I give you a symbol, the file will not run because it understands only the English words. Backslash, hash, dollar. Just think, did you use dollar in your question papers or letters? We may not have used the dollar, percentage, the and symbol, what is called the umberson symbol, the left brace, the right brace, the parenthesis. At least the parenthesis we may have used, but this backslash and hash we may not have used at all in mathematics in typing your question papers. But these are all the main commands which are used in LaTeX. They are backslash, hash, dollar. Without dollar, there is no equation. At least one document, you may find $10,000 in your document, an article. Every line will have at least $4. The frequently used commands in LaTeX, and see the references I have typed. You can see it aligns a specific way. You just type the references, that takes automatically. So there is no problem. You need not worry about the references. As long as the reference is correct, you need not worry about the alignment. It gives a space automatically. See the spacing between two references. It will be exactly same. It will be exactly same. So this is about LaTeX. And next we'll go to the demo session. Demo session, how to have small documents. So 11:20, I think the time should be all right for us. I'll go to the demo part. Installing MikTeX might take 40 to 45 minutes time. So depending on your speed of the internet, but installing WinEDT may not take more than 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. So this is the WinEDT screen. So the package which I am using is WinEDT 10.3. Again, it's an unregistered copy. Unregistered copy. It is freely available for 1 month. You install WinEDT. MikTeX, it will be registered. And this WinEDT will be unregistered. What you have to do is, you can use it all time, no problem. But what happens is that once you cross the 30 days, an instruction will come to you frequently that your trial period is expired, your trial period is expired. Once it is expired, you can use it, but you will be getting that information or instruction then and there. So it will annoy you. So what you do is, after 30 days, uninstall, and then again install. It take only 5 minutes. That uninstall the WinEDT, go to your programs, uninstall WinEDT, again install WinEDT. You can use it for 1 month. Now, I'll be telling you how to have a simple document. How to have simple document. Any LaTeX document will start with this document class / document class. This is a simple document. This can be used for even typing a letter. Suppose you want to give a letter to your higher authorities or any letter to any person, you can use LaTeX with a simple document / document class. So these are / I meant this / document class. I want A4 paper, whatever size you want, you can fix. The font, I want 12 point. 12 point. Font is automatically designed. As I told you, it's a quality system. They know if you say report, which font will be suitable for report. It automatically assumes. In case if your university is very specific that I want this font, that can be done. Just add one command after this, it will automatically get changed. So 12 point, I am saying report. I have given begin document, end document. Now wherever you begin something, that has to be ended. Otherwise, as Professor Venkatramanan pointed out, even a smallest of mistake will not give you an output. This is our input file, the editor. This is our editor screen. I have taken a document class. I have begin the document, end document. My document will contain only welcome all. I will compile the output. There is a screen, PDF preview, or you can compile PDF Texify. The key which is used is Control Shift P. This is for WinEDT, I am telling you. Control Shift P. Parallelly, you press all the 3 buttons so that you get the output, and just zooming it. So this is my document. Welcome all. Welcome all. You can see, because this is the starting of the document, it is not aligned in the left. It automatically assumes that this is the starting of the paragraph. It will be aligned automatically. Maybe if you want, I will zoom again. Welcome all. And all commands before this begin document are called preambles. They are called as preambles. I'm just typing it. All commands which you are giving before this begin document are called as preambles. That is the place you are designing the document. Now, welcome all. Suppose this is not report. I am preparing a slide. I'm preparing a slide. I'm preparing slides for students. I have changed report to slides. I have not changed my content. Let us see how the output looks like. See, it is in the display mode. It is in the display mode. It is already bolded because it assumes that you are preparing a slide. Therefore, the content has not come on the top. I want you to see the difference. That welcome all was somewhere here because we were preparing a report. Now I'm preparing a slide. Therefore, it assumes that it is not on the top. It will be aligned in the center. It will be aligned in the center. Suppose no, it is a book. I'm preparing a book, not slide. It is in a different place. So once you change whatever format you want, you can design in the article. I'm typing an article. So welcome all. You can see this is not bolded, whereas in slide mode it was bolded. If you don't want that, you can do it. Suppose I don't want bold in the slide, that can be done by additional commands. But generally it assumes few things and which are already of international standard. So we need not disturb it. Okay, so now I have told you how to open a document, how to change the mode, whether it is an article or a book or a slide, that you can do. And suppose I want a thesis. I assume it's a thesis. You can see the beauty of this LaTeX. Because it's a thesis, it is already giving you a number on the top. It is giving you a number on the top and it says page number 1. It gives you a line, then it says welcome all. So once you take thesis, do not worry about the document, the appearance of the document. You concentrate more on the document. Excuse me. Sometimes the college may be organizing a conference. They may be preparing a proceedings. PROC. So this is a proceeding version. Whatever version you want, there are many versions. I'm giving you example, very few examples. There are many versions that we can use. Now next we'll go to the now before writing any article, you know that the first page will have the author name, or preparing any slide will have an author name. I'm preparing a document. I'm preparing an article. Let us say an article. I'm preparing a research article. Article is workshop on LaTeX. Workshop on LaTeX. This is my title. What is my title? Title is workshop on LaTeX. So author I have given, then date I have given. Then after giving all these three, I'm saying you make the title. Now let us compile. See how beautifully it has come. It has automatically come in the top of the first sheet, because you know before this document the journal will have their specifications. Therefore it assumes few spaces which is open, so that it goes to the it will leave spaces on the top. So the title has come, the name has come, then the date has come. Instead of a specific date, what I can do is, okay, let us see. I'll give you 16. I have changed 17 to 16. So 16. Putting a percentage will hide the content. Once you put a percentage, that particular thing will be hidden. It will not appear in the output. I have given the date as today. I have not given the date. I am saying date today. So it comes as August 17th, 2020. August 17th, 2020. So once you do it, do the today part. Wherever you give the lecture, the date automatically changes. This is about the author heading. Or if you want to add the address, you can do it. You can do the changes in the address part. Now, anything which is written after the end document will not be taken into account. The things which will be taken into account are only between begin document and end document. Before the begin document are called preambles. After the end document will not be taken into account. Next, we'll go to sections. How to align sections. Every thesis or every book, every content or every report will have sections. So what I do is, let us start with a section. So I am beginning section, and name of my section is introduction. Backslash section, open a flower bracket, close the flower bracket, and this bracket is very important because it assumes that whatever you give within these brackets, the braces, that is your section name. That is your section name. You open the braces, whatever title you want for the section, you give it, and you close the braces. So this is the title of your section. Now, see what is the document class. The document class is article. Therefore, let us see how the section appears. So this is my title of the document, title of the article. I am the author. Today's date is displayed. I have not given any number for the section. It automatically assumes that this is the first section. It gives the number as 1. See the font difference. See the font difference. The heading has a different font. This cannot be done in Word. Author, a smaller size, same size as that of the author. Workshop on Latex, it's a bigger size. Introduction, I have not bolded the text. It automatically gives you the bold section. The letters have been displayed in bold mode. Now, suppose I am writing a textbook. Suppose I am writing a textbook. Let us see what happens. I have changed article to book. Because I have given section, because it is a textbook. You know, in textbooks, every chapter or every section starts with a new page. Starts with a new page. Therefore, it automatically goes to the next page. It is page number 1, and this is page number 2. Remember, the number is displayed on the left-hand side. I told you earlier, for book, for the left-hand side of the page, it will on the left-hand side, or the top of the left-hand side. Now the question is, why I am having 0.1? Why I'm not having 1? The reason is, go to any textbook. The textbook will start with chapter. The textbook will start with the chapter, not with section. There is a reason it says that we are wrong in some way, because it is 0.1. It should not be 0.1. Earlier, when I was having an article, it was 1, section number 1. Because it is an article, it is correct. We have the book now, so book will start with the chapter. So what I have to do is, it is not section, it is chapter. I have changed the section to chapter now. Chapter 1, introduction. This is a typical book format. You can see any textbook, this will be the format. So that automatically assumes that it is coming in. See the sizes, font sizes. I have not given any font size. I have not specified any sizes for font. It automatically gives the boldness in the letters. Then a bigger format, a bigger font. So now again I will change it to article. Article, maybe thesis. Let us take thesis. Thesis. You know, thesis will have sections as well as subsections. Everything will be there. Chapter section I have changed. Let us see what happens. Giving section, subsection. Let us see whether it works out in. You know, every thesis will always start with chapter. After chapter, you will have sections. Therefore, I need to have a chapter. Chapter is a thesis. See, now it is chapter 1, thesis. Then there is a section 1.1. Next subsection 1.1.1. 1.1, because you are writing this section after chapter 1. Therefore, I have 1.1 here. Then this is the subsection. Therefore, 1.1.1. Then subsection. Subsection. So that means automatically you don't have a subsection in a thesis. You have a section, you have a subsection. Once you don't have this number, that means it's not an internationally used standard. There is a meaning. I'm putting a percentage. Okay. Now, there are different paragraphs generally we use in a thesis. The paragraph. I'm taking this particular. Let us see what happens to a paragraph. So I have given chapter. So I don't want section. I don't want subsection. I will remove this. Now I have given a particular hi, good morning, welcome to the demo. Generally, for the first line, once you start a paragraph, it will leave a space for maybe 2-3 spaces, it will leave automatically in a LaTeX. One more difference I want to tell you, generally for thesis, whether it is the chapter or the introduction, all will come in the center. See, thesis, chapter heading, then this is the section heading, then this is the content. This is for a thesis. But for an article, there will not be any chapter. I will take, instead of thesis, let us take an article. I am submitting an article to a journal. The file is not getting compiled. I'll tell you how to identify the errors at the end of the talk. I'm not able to get the output. I don't know whether I can zoom it. It's not possible. I'm not able to get the output. I cannot zoom the screen. I'm getting an error. It says chapter thesis. Where is the chapter thesis? It is on line number, it says 10. In all WinEDT, a line number will be displayed in the, you can see that there is a bottom screen. In the bottom of the screen, it will say this is line number 8, line number 9, then line number 10. That line number you can identify from the bottom of the screen, because this article generally does not have any chapter. It is designed already that article will not have any chapters. Only book will have chapters. Because I have given a chapter in article, which is not true generally, I am not getting an output. I will put a percentage. An article can have only an introduction for section. Now I will compile. I have not closed the earlier screen. You have to close your screen whenever it doesn't get compiled. Close your screen. Yeah, now I'm preparing an article. Some space is left out for the journal logos. Title of the article, author, date. See where introduction has come. Introduction has come in the left of the page. Go through your article, any of your article. Thesis section will be aligned in the center. Whereas for an article, your section will be only on the left hand side. In case I want it on the center, I can specify it. I want it in the center, it will come. You can ask me that, no, my journal, or I am running a journal. So where introduction or the sections has to come only on the center. Yes, it's possible. Anything you want to change, you give a supplement command that I want so and so. This section I want in the center, you specify, it will be done. So you cannot have an introduction on the center of the article generally, because its style is only the left hand side. Bold is automatically designed, it's already programmed. Suppose I want the title, because I have touched you about the supplementing command. My title or the article title is not in bold because it's designed, but I want in bold. What I do is I go to my title. I will bold it. I will say my text should be bold. My text My text has to be bold. You can see my title has become bold because I have given an additional command that I want this to be in bold. I want this to be in bold. I have given a command. It has come. So we have touched about the section, then chapter. Okay. There is a command double slash, double backslash, double backslash. Hi, good morning. I have given. Welcome to the demo. I have given a double slash. Then I am to inform you that the online classes for the higher semesters will begin today. I have added a line. I'm going to compile. It has gone to the next line. It has gone to the next line. Even though there is a space, there are spaces for this line to come here, but the command which I have given is double backslash. That means I'm saying go to the next line. See what I'm doing? Now I have given double slash, but I have placed this content on the same line. I have placed this command on the same line. Let us see what happens. It's the same. So whether you give it in the same line or the next line, it doesn't matter. Once you give a command double slash, double backslash, it automatically goes to the next line. Next one, suppose I remove the double slash. I have removed the double slash. I will compile. Compile. It is on the same line. It is on the same line. Once the page setup goes, once it cannot align, it automatically goes to the next line. Suppose I have given some spaces. Let us see. I have given some spaces. So it goes to the next line. You have to give some decent space so that it goes to the next line. And you have to see one thing, that once you give it some space, it understands you are starting a paragraph. It understands you are starting a paragraph and it gives you a space. It gives you a space. For articles, generally there will not be any space. So therefore it comes here. I have given some spaces. Therefore it assumes, no, the author is writing something which has to be done in a separate paragraph. Therefore it gives you a space. I have removed the spaces. But it is coming on the same thing, the same line, because I have moved the content to the next line, but Latex will understand it has to be placed in the same line. It has to be placed in the, unless you give some 2-3 spaces where it assumes that the author is starting a new paragraph. Starting a new paragraph. In that case, it will give you space, but you don't give any space, but place your content in the next line, it will automatically go into the running text. It will align in the same line. within the align is the same thing. So this is about the paragraphs. If I want to move some spaces, you can use some commands here, like there is a command called quad. There is a command called quad. So where quad will give you some space. If you are very specific that I want to start a bit, I want to leave some spaces, 2-3 spaces. If you want to have a bigger space, you can have 2 quad. 2 quad will allot more spaces, whereas quad will allot a smaller space. But generally, don't disturb any commands because it has been already settled in an international standard. Therefore, it's better not to disturb. Okay, now I'm giving a paragraph. I'm starting a paragraph. I'm starting a paragraph. Because I'm starting a paragraph, I'm giving it in within quotes. Within quotes. Therefore, it assumes it has to be typed in bold. It's like heading. You know, paragraph is like heading. And subparagraph, you can give it. So those things can be easily done in LaTeX. So whatever we are doing it is only on the running text. So we have not touched the mathematics part. First of all, I'm telling you how to frame the sections, how to frame paragraphs. Let us go for color. Color. Is it possible? Coloring a text is possible. So there is a package called color. There is a package because I want something to be displayed on the color. Use package color. Without this package, the file will not run. See, for every file, there are some supporting packages. Use package color. I want this to be, let us say, for example, so color red. I have included the color package. I want the font to be displayed in color. So include the color package. I have given a color as red. I have given the color as red. I have opened a bracket. That means for this content, this to this, I want red. I want red. Let us see what happens. I have given a red color. So the entire font has changed to red color. The entire font has become a red one. I will remove the color package. I will remove the color package. I gave the package use package color. I will compile. The file has not compiled. It says an error in 1.12. Color red. Where is 1.12 is? So this is line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There is a error. Color. It says undefined control sequence. Undefined control sequence because I do not have the color package here. So you can change the color to something like blue. It has changed to blue color. So this is about coloring a text. About coloring a text. Now let us see what happens if I type something here. The workshop. The workshop will end at, say for example, 12:15 p.m. These are all the commands you have to see carefully. I have closed the braces. I have closed the braces. I have not given the color for this workshop. The workshop will end at 12:15 p.m. But still, it understands that the entire text has to be in blue. For that, what you have to do is you open a parenthesis. Let me see what happens. I am also trying. Now I am successful. Only whatever places I wanted blue color, it has come. I have opened a braces. Then I have given color. Then I have given the text. Then braces have been closed. You have to remember, whenever you open something, that has to be closed. Whenever you open something, I told you, whenever begin document should be done with the end document. Whenever you begin something, that has to be ended. Suppose I remove these braces. It has come. But it is not in the same format whatever I want. Therefore, close it. I have opened a braces. I have closed it. Only this part will be displayed in color, for which you need the color package. If you don't have the color package, the file will not give you the output. See, LaTeX is very sensitive. LaTeX is very sensitive. Even the smallest of errors will give you problem. Will give you problem in compiling the document. Next, we'll go to the font sizing. Font sizing. Font sizing. There are many font sizes, like tiny. Tiny is very small. Tiny is very small. Tiny, then large. \large. This large is different. Capital L, then ARG is same. Then all are capital. Then huge. It's the same tiny words. I will give you a double slash. See the font differences. Tiny words, tiny font. See large, large with L capital, large with all capital. This is huge. So whichever size, but generally there is no point. There is no, you need not change anything because it's already designed. If you are very specific, that sometimes equations will go out of the margin. So in that case, you have to reduce the equation. In those places, you have to disturb these wordings and other things. This LaTeX is already designed. Whatever format is accepted by an international academician, it is already inbuilt. Apart from all these, you wanted something to be changed, you can do it. Otherwise, do not disturb the fonts. So section we have taken, paragraph I have taken. Okay. Now labeling. Next we'll go to the labeling. Professor, how long I can go? Hello? Now I'm adding a package called HyperRef. I've added a package called HyperRef so that you will understand about labeling. What is labeling? Now, labeling is a particular tool where you want to refer some sections or some paragraphs, some pages, some references, equations, somewhere after it is being done. Let us say, for example, I have an equation in page number 1. I have labeled that equation as 1, or I have a section. Later on, I want to call that equation. For which labeling is being used. So we can label the sections. I'm giving you section. We can label any of the section. I have started a section, first section. So I have given a name, first section. I have labeled this section as LABEL, label. I have given a name for this section SEC1. Not necessarily you have to give this section, you can give any number. Suppose I want to give 1. I'm labeling this section as 1. That is section 1, first section, whatever number it gives, I have labeled that section as 1, ONE1. Then new page. If I give new page, it automatically goes to the next page. That is it says that you begin my content with the new page. So / new page is a command which takes you to the next page. I have given another section, third section, new page, section, second section, label section 2. Now I am writing in section, I want to refer this section. In section, which section I want to refer? Section number 1. In section, whatever I have labeled LABEL, I am calling it again. I am giving a code. I have given a code ONE for this section labeling. I am calling that section again, /REF ONE. We discussed about basics, and in reference section 2, we discussed main theorems in page section 2. Let us see what happens. So this is my first section. My first section is labeled as 2. Third section is 3. Fourth section is second section. Maybe I'll remove new page so that you will have a better idea. We will have all in a single page. We have all in a single page for I have formed three sections. I have formed three sections. I have formed three sections. 2 is the first section, 3 is the third section, 4 is the second section. If you remember, this section I have labeled this, I want to call back in section 2. You can see there is a different color here. There is a different color because I have referred this, I have labeled this, I have called this. In section 2, we discussed about topics, and section 4, we discussed about main theorems in page number 2. What is the advantage of this? What is the advantage of this? Remember, this second section is 4 now. Second section is 4 now. First section is 2. My first section, I want to refer this section and this section. One is section 4 and section 2. I'm inserting, suppose I insert, I'm inserting another section, section 0, section 0, section 4. Then section. Remember, this section was 1. I have inserted another section. I have inserted one section before this first section and 2 sections before the second section. Let us see the number changes. Let us see the number. Now I want to refer this section. It was earlier 2. Now it is 3. Because I have labeled it, it automatically changed to 3. It was actually 2 there. Earlier it was 2 and this was actually 4. I have inserted 2 here, 2 sections here. I have inserted one section specifically to understand about labeling. But this number automatically changes. It was 2 and 4. Now it is 3. It is 7. Wherever it goes, once you label, it will not change. Whatever you want to refer, it will come automatically. There is one advantage in this LaTeX. And this I am referring page number. This I am referring page number. This section is in page number 2. This is in page number 2. So page number 2 comes. So either you can refer sections, you can also refer pages, can be done with labeling. Diagrams can also be referred. Now, numbering of pages. Numbering of pages. Let us see. I'll give new page. Because I'm going to explain about page numbers, I want some more pages. So page number 1, generally an article the first page is displayed in the bottom in an article. The reason is the top will have the journal styles, they will have the logo. In some of the journals, you may not have numbers on the top also. On the articles, because the logos are displayed on the on the top, the page will be displayed in the bottom. It's 2 because we have taken a style of article that I will tell you how to change it. 3, 4, and so on. This is a general term. Suppose I am giving a page style. Suppose I want it in Roman letter. I want it in Roman letter. The page number has to be displayed in Roman letters. How to change the page numbering? So I'm giving a style. I want to display my page numbering in Roman letters. You can use it anywhere in the preamble. It's not necessarily that it should be here. After document class, you can use it. The file is getting compiled. You can see on the bottom, it is displayed as Roman letters. Roman letter 4, Roman letter 2, Roman letter 3, then Roman letter 1. Suppose I want to change it as, I'm changing article to thesis. I'm changing article to thesis. Let us see where the numbers are displayed. You can see the numbers are displayed on the top. The numbers are displayed on the top. Numbers are displayed on the top. I'm writing a thesis, so it has to have a chapter. See, the numbers are displayed on the top. Because I want the Roman numerals, I'm getting those things on the top. If I remove, I will remove it. It will be in the normal. The normal numbers. So 1, 2, 3. So 2, and then 3, 4, and so on. AMS proceedings. So AMS proceedings will not have chapter because I'm telling about the page numbering styles. You can see the page numbers displayed like a textbook. 1 on the 3, 2 on the left. So this is what I meant. First page, it will be displayed in the bottom, and second page, it will be displayed in the left. Third, again right. Not only that, the title of my article is Workshop on Latex, and the author is Siva Subramanian. That will be also displayed. You can see my name on the top. Odd numbers, workshop on LaTeX. Even numbers, my name. I have not given any command. I have not given any LaTeX command. It automatically it understands it's an AMS proceeding article, and there's a standard style is like this. So this is about the page numbering. Next, about different types of fonts. So the lecture of first day will end up with this explanation about changing into different fonts. Text IT backslash text IT is italics. Backslash text IT is italics, and the text BF is bold. So write text IT, open a bracket, very careful, it should open a bracket, it should end the bracket, it will understand for this one I want italics, and for this one I want bold and underline. I have given the same sentence with different styles. I'll go to Control Shift P. Control Shift P. We'll go to the last page. Last page. I'm giving a demo how to change fonts. This is italics. I'm giving a demo how to change fonts. This is bold and this is underline. This is underline. So this is about changing the font according to what you want. I will change it to article. Now you may wonder why a font is a bit bigger. You may have this doubt because why the font is bigger, because we have given the huge font. So after this, it assumes that it has to be in huge font. I have given a bracket. Now you can see it's a normal font. Normal font. So this style you can use. So this completes my presentation for the first day. So tomorrow's workshop, it will start with how to type mathematical symbols, mathematical equations. So where it is available, how to compile it, and about the multi-line equations, how to write theorems, corollaries, how to have different sections. That will be discussing on the second day of the workshop. So thank you, and over to the organizers.
Thank you, sir, for the excellent presentation. Knowledge is a tool for true empowerment. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The most important thing is not to stop questioning. Now we have the question and answer session from the participants. Yes, sir. The first question is from the participant, Sivanyana Murugeshan. How to divide a page into columns as we have in articles?
Sorry?
How to divide a page?
Oh, okay. You have it in the Dropbox, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll just.
How to divide a page into columns as we have in articles?
You mean how to? Now, could you repeat the question, please?
Divide a page into columns as we have in articles.
Okay. Now I'll tell you in the tomorrow's class. It is only one command. One command will give you the. It will break the entire into two parts. I understand in some of the journals you have the articles in two columns displayed. That is, the pages will be displayed, so the number of pages will be reduced. That can be done in a single command. I will tell you in the maybe second day, end of the session or third day. That will be done, because I need the article for explaining that. But I have only a simple article now, so we'll do it in the second day. It's only one. Maybe if you feel that in the document class, you can see in the document class A4 paper 12 point. Here we'll be adding a command called something like two-sided or two column. So once you do this, am I sharing my screen?
Yes, sir. You can continue, sir.
Right. So once you give this two column, automatically the entire article will be divided into two column format. It's only one command is needed, but for that we need an article. So for the moment, I'm telling you this is the way how to do it, but the demo will be done in the second day or the third day. Over to the organizer, Professor Devika.
Second question, sir, from Arundhati Natarajan. Can we do LaTeX directly in PPT slides?
Yes. Now there is a format called Beamer. Beamer is the PPT version of a normal Word. In fact, my presentation which I have presented is a slide version, which is a PPT one. It's called a Beamer. So that will be done on the third day. It is possible. I hope I have answered her question.
Yes. How to type multiple choice questions, sir?
That can be done by an option called list. Shall I do it now, or there is an option called, maybe I'll do it now. No, there is a command called enumerate. There is a command called enumerate. I'm starting a begin enumerate, end enumerate. This command will give you the options. Then you can do it item by item. So item 1, item 2, so item 3, and then item 4. The command is begin enumerate. This is called the list option, listing the items. I hope. So you have 4 options: option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. So the command is begin enumerate, end enumerate, and if you don't want the numbers, you want it bullets type, that also is possible. So begin itemize, so end itemize. So enumerate is for getting the objective type of thing, and this is like a bullet, the bullets which is used in Word. So over to the organizers.
The next question is from Joyce Punita. Sir, how to set the margin for a page?
That will be done tomorrow. So generally the margin is already designed by the experts, but still if you want to do some margin things, that should be done in the preamble, which I'll do it.
Okay, sir. Next question. Sir, how and where one can get to know about these commands?
No, there are books. Yeah, there are books specifically discussed about latex. I will try to share this book to the organizer. There are some books which talks about specifically latex.
Next question. This question is from Om Gande. Can you provide the layout of letter, book, article, general paper, proceedings, banner, etc., sir? Can you
Yes.
provide the layout of letter,
Yeah.
book?
She wants a model file, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that will be done. I'll on the one of the workshop, I'll share some of the model files so that one can use this small file to develop their skills.
Okay, sir. Next question. This question is from Dr. Upendra Reddy Ganga. Sir, how to know and remember these commands?
It will come by
How
practice.
to know?
It will come by practice, but if you are a mathematics person, the commands will be available on the top of the WinEDT screen. Now that is the reason why I preferred WinEDT rather than TechWorks. For TechWorks, you have to type the symbols. But for WinEDT, you have the symbols available on the top of the screen, so which you can use directly. So over to the organizer. So once you start practicing, it's not difficult.
One more question we have. Suppose I want to rotate this content slide throughout the screen. What commands I use?
You have to give a command in the preamble. That I will discuss it tomorrow. I remember the questions. I'll discuss it. So you form the PDF screen and just slide. That's it. No problem. Not difficult.
So next question, sir. Can we use LaTeX for class lecture?
Yes, definitely. In fact, I have done it for my classes. Because now we have the online mode. Instead of PPT, if you use LaTeX, particularly the Beamer format, it will be easy to view the screen also.
So next question, one more question. For two different formats, do we have to use two different typesettings? For
Yes.
two different formats, do we have to use two different typesettings?
Correct. Or you can have one format. Whatever adjustments you have to make, that can be done. But for doing this in a single format, you should be an expert because each follows a different format. If you want these two formats to be done in two or three formats to be done in a single file, you have to be an expert. Otherwise, it's not possible. You have to use different formats.
Do we have any other questions? Yes, sir. Is it available in Android phones?
Yes, it is available. It is available. Not WinEDT. It is a different type of version. WinEDT is available. I do not know whether it is available in all Android phones, but in Samsung tablet, Tab A, it is available. There are some versions in Google Play. You can download it. I don't know whether it is easier for typing because once you want to use this LaTeX in phone, lot of letters have been typed. For typing that much of letters, it may not be convenient, but it's available. May not be convenient.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for giving us a reply. One more question, sir. Can you please give the URL for downloading MikTeX and WinEdit?
I think it has been already given, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is given already. But I advise the participants to go through to download the WinEDT and MikTeX, so that they will understand in a better way.
One more question, sir. Is it possible to convert LaTeX into HTML?
maybe I'll just check because I do not know whether it's possible to convert LaTeX into HTML. I'll just check and tell you.
How to open in the latex in the beginning stage?
Okay. See, generally for opening a LaTeX file, you need WinEDT and MikTeX. Without these two, you cannot open a LaTeX file.
Any more questions?